My shirt currently says Oprah on it. You get a new video, you get a new video, you get a new video. So the past 2 months, I have been traveling the whole country. Part of it filming a show called Hella Gay, where I meet amazing people in the LGBTQ+ world. And another part of it being on tour, meeting you guys, which a majority are young, strong, LGBTQ+ world humans. And that has been my life, just hearing stories and growing as a human. Also, I'm 2 months on testosterone. So I thought, what a better time than to break out the archives where I did a gender tag in 2015.
Freak is your gender?
It's not to say my gender is different now, but just in that video I was like, I don't really know, and that's okay, and I'm just gonna live my life. But hey Miles, you figured it out. So this video is not so much a message to my past self, but also a message to you if you're in the same boat that I was in. Life is all about growing and character development. Sometimes you don't know things from day one. Sometimes you gotta meet certain people and have certain experiences. And you're like, oh, I don't like this, but I like this. Or, oh, this makes me feel weird now, so I'll adjust. So here is my gender tag.
How do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you?
How do I self-identify my gender? My voice is so different. How do I self-identify my gender? I identify as transgender, non-binary. I think in the future, gender is going to be such an outdated concept. I think in 100, 200 years, everyone's just gonna be weird, and they're just gonna be human, and they're gonna be different. And no one's gonna force certain labels or roles or colors and clothes on a human based on anything other than what they want to wear and what they want to do. I don't think gender exists, but I also accept that that's my opinion. Some people don't subscribe to the idea of religion. I don't subscribe to the idea of gender. Like, if you think about it, what is it? Like, really, what is it? Because it's not what's in between your legs. It's not if you're masculine or feminine, because what is that? That's what you identify for yourself. It's not your gender expression. There's so many boys that wear makeup. That doesn't make them a girl. So with all that out on the table, what is gender? So I identify as transgender, non-binary. And I think my relationship with those words has changed since I came out. So with the language that I'm given and I'm able to put to how I feel, I definitely do identify as a boy, but I'm a boy that doesn't believe in gender. I think that's what I identify with most. I think all these words are bullshit. I'm a big believer in doing whatever the hell you want to do. Words can give you a sense of community, it can help empower you, but I think it can also limit you. Bottom line, love whoever you want to love, be referred to as whatever you want to be referred to as, do whatever you need to do to feel the most you, and just feel the most comfortable. Do you know how many trans women I know that have full-on beards? Because gender expression and gender identity are two different things. And if someone has a problem with it, then that's not the person you should be associating with. Sorry. I'm doing a lot of things in affirmation of my gender identity, but also as if I'm speaking about my faith. I don't believe in a binary. Kind of a night and day response from my last gender tag. I literally said, I don't know what the hell my gender is. And now it's like, well, my gender kind of is everything, but also treat me how you would treat any dude. Is what I'm here to say.
What pronouns honor you?
When I first came out with my gender, I went by they, them pronouns, and I still do, but I really jive with he, him as well. So kind of interchangeable. I feel like they, them is gender neutral, and I try to use that for all humans, except if someone's like, I'm a she, her, or I'm a he, him. When I made my first gender tag, I was like, I don't really know, and I didn't feel confident enough or comfortable enough or in a space where anyone could call me anything else. I was also in the mentality of like, well, if I'm trans, then I would know from first grade, right? Because you hear these stories of these people that like knew from day one. Looking back, there's so many things that just like, you're trans. Like I feel like from day one, if I had an older sibling or someone in my life that gave me the language to put to things and made it a safe space where it's okay to do whatever you want, I would have been going by he, him pronouns from day one.
Describe your style of clothing that you most often wear.
If you follow my Instagram, I have two different go-to looks. I am either very daddy, I have a plethora of dressy pants, thrifted t-shirts, or I look like a hoodlum. Get you a boy that can do both.
Talk about your choices with body hair. How do you style your hair?
Yes. I have this and this. I have a little stash. Like, I came out and then this is also trying to come out.
Have you ever experienced being misgendered? If so, how often?
Yes. Yes. One thing that I really take to heart though is that 9 times out of 10, no one's trying to be malicious. Most people aren't gonna misgender you because they're like, I want to be an asshole and I want to make you feel bad. Like, that's like, normally that's not what happens. So I try to keep that in mind when these things happen. But yes, it's happened and it's been weird. I think it's funny because my last gender tag, I was talking about how people would misgender me and say I was a boy and how happy I would be because of it. Sweetie, you're trans.
Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, correct? Sure. Ding, ding, ding. You have a winner. Yeah, I do, but also, you know, I'm an adult now. So if you're in one of those points where you're living in your folks' house and you can't do something because of X, Y, and Z, you gotta just hold on. I used to be so sad and so self-destructive because I was upset with myself. And I used to use other people as a scapegoat. Like, oh, this person would say this, or these people won't like me, so like I'm gonna be a very sad 17-year-old. But then it got to a point where I was like, I have control of my own happiness. Nobody told me to do these bad things to myself, so I'm gonna be the happiest I can be with the tools that I have around me. And find comfort in knowing that your situation right now will not be forever. There is so much life out there and there's so many other human beings, and you can really get stuck in your own bubble.
Talk about children. Are you interested in having any? Do you want to carry one?
I want to raise children. I will not carry them. I would like to adopt humans. I've also thought about when I get older having like a foster home and like taking in troubled teenagers. That's what happened to me. Stevie Bobby and Allie Hills, they took me in and I slept on their couch for months. I'm a big believer in whatever you take from the world, you put back into it. So I would love to do that for someone
Stevie
else.
Bobby, Allie Hills, I love you so much.
Talk about the moolah. Is it important for you to provide for your family?
My pronouns are daddy.
Last notes about gender, please just do you. In my head, there's no right way to life. Just be you and be happy within that, and don't feel like you need to define yourself for someone else.
Well said, baby me. You're on the right track. If you want to continue the conversation, do it down below. I also have a Tumblr where I answer gender Q's and A's, as well as sexuality stuff. I talk to you humans on there, so follow my Tumblr. All my tour dates will be down below if you're in any of the areas and you want to come to tour, like come to my tour. We talk about things like this. I love you guys so much. Goodbye.
Miles has good manners, and that's